What is going on, guys? How are you all doing today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic as always. Welcome back to another video. Today, as you can see, got the blue, Astoral blue, BMW M235i right behind me, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a really easy and simple DIY weight reduction mod on a BMW. Now this can apply to the 335i, 435i, 535i, M235, basically all those cars, because this is a really simple way to shed at least like 20 to 40 pounds on the car. So here's my 2015 M235. Absolutely love this car. It's a total little beast and it's really fun and nimble. I actually have a little scale that we're going to be using to weigh down all the parts once we remove them out of the car. And I'm sitting on this little bar stool thing. Let's go ahead and move over to the car. Open the door. It's a bit messy inside here, but we're going to be removing the rear seats. We're going to be removing the arm support pillars right there. We're also going to be taking out some of the trunk liner in the car, and it's super easy to do this, guys. You can literally do it in about 15 to 20 minutes at the longest, and it's really easy to put back in as well. So just a quick way to shed some weight on the car. Let's get right into it. So I'm just going to move the car into the center of the garage just so that we have some room to work on both sides, since there isn't that much clearance on the right side of the car. Let's go ahead and get a little cold start going. Get the ignition on. Let's get the windows down. All I have is a FabSpeed Motorsport muffler bypass on this car, and it sounds really sick. I need to get gas as well. Woo! The cold start was mean. God, I just love those little pops too every time. So now that the car's in the garage, and man, it is filthy. Like, look at that. It's pathetic. Honestly, I'm ashamed of myself, but I'll probably wash it later today. We're gonna go ahead and move these seats forward, so that way we can get as much room as possible to the back seats. Pretty cool. If you didn't know, if you press this button, automatically pushes the seat forward. It's nice. And I think we're gonna start off with just taking this base piece off right here. I think it's all one piece too, so it should come off pretty easily. So let's slap it on the scale. What does this weigh? 14.8 pounds. So I think just for easy numbers sake, we'll just round it up to 15 pounds and we'll note that down. Let's go ahead and lift this trunk out of the way. I want to pull out this piece. This is the battery compartment. So finally got this piece to read. I was having some trouble getting it to fit on the scale, but we got 5.8 pounds right here. So we will round up to 6 pounds. Alright, so I think I'm gonna vacuum this because there's just so much like little crap that's under the seats. But next up, we're gonna be taking out these support pieces or whatever these are. I think I should just be able to yank them out, but this might be a little tough. They're at the bottom. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, well that took a little force, but got it out. All the wiring back there, it's kind of cool to see. Honestly, guys, I can't get the scale to read the weight on this one because I think it's too light. And these pieces are pretty damn light, but my guess is that it'll be about anywhere between 1 to 2 pounds at the most. I'll look up the actual piece and find the weight specifications, but for now, we'll just say about 1.5 pounds, so 3 pounds total. So let's go ahead and grab this one, pull this thing out. Okay, that one's out, I think. Yep, got it out. That was easy. More wiring harnesses, cool. Alright, so coming back into the trunk, let's go ahead and knock down these rear seats. Push these down just like that. Not entirely sure how to remove these, if I'm being honest with you, but I am looking at these little like Torx bolt things that I think need to come out, and then there's one on that side too. And I assume after that comes out, I guess we'll figure it out. So I'll go ahead and grab a Torx, loosen those up, and let's see where this goes. These weigh a lot more, so I'm curious to see, you know, these are at least like 10 to 12 pounds for the backrests. So to remove the bolt that kind of bolts down the rear backrest, it is a T40 Torx, so just use this little adapter with this ratchet and was able to break it out no problem. My issue is right now, and it's a stupid issue, is that this little Torx bit is stuck in this bolt and I can't seem to get it out, so bear with me. I'm just gonna get that out and we'll go ahead and get the other bolts out. Now that I got the two bolts out on each side, once you do that, there's that little centerpiece right there. And all you gotta do is just tug on the seat and it'll slide right out. And now we can get the backrest out. So let me go ahead and pull both out. We'll throw them on the scale and see how much these bad boys weigh. I must say, these definitely weigh a good sum, especially for seats, so I'm curious to see how much these things weigh. So this one right here is the smaller piece of the backrest. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on the scale. Let's see how much this weighs. So this piece, we've got about 14 pounds on the scale. So it's a decent amount. All right, so next up, we've got the big one, and this is the driver's side backrest, or however you would describe it. Let's go ahead and throw it on the scale. This one weighs 23 pounds, as you guys can see. 23 pounds, that's significant. I'm just gonna go ahead and total up everything on my phone real quick. So, you know, this piece weighs 23 pounds. These two pieces weigh about 3 pounds together. That comes out to 26 pounds, plus another 14 pounds for these. This piece right here, we said weighed 14.8 pounds, but we rounded up to 15. And then this piece right here weighed about 7 pounds, like the trunk liner that covers the battery. 7 pounds. Comes out to a grand total of 62 pounds shed off the car, which I'd say is quite a lot, honestly. Especially for something that you can do in literally 15 minutes, and you can put it all back together really easily. That's pretty cool. I don't want to take this car for a drive also, because now that the trunk liner thing here is gone and that just sort of all the seats are taken out, this should sound pretty damn raw, especially with just the axle back muffler delete from Fab Speed. So I don't have a catless downpipe yet, but even with just this, it sounds pretty gnarly. So let's go take it for a quick spin. All right guys, so let's go ahead. We got the rear seat delete all done. Let's go ahead and start her up, go for a quick little drive. I highly doubt there's gonna be any sort of distinguishable difference in terms of performance, but regardless, saving weight is always something really cool in terms of performance. Quick disclaimer as well, obviously I know this is not practical to do, so I'm not expecting like you guys to go out and tear your rear seats out and all that. You know, it's a lot of fun to do, it's really easy to do, it's really easy to put it all back together, and honestly, like, my take on practicality is that, of course, like, you need to be practical in life and whatever, but if you live every single decision of your life with practicality in mind, what fun is life, you know? So honestly, this is my car. I want it to be fast, I want it to be fun, I want to take it on the track eventually. Go ahead and start her up. Sounds pretty mean. So, I just went to get some gas real quick. The traffic is horrible right now. It's Saturday afternoon around 1 o'clock and I can't freaking get around. Oh wow, there's that Estoril Blue 335i right there. Probably won't see it on the camera, but that looks clean. Wow, I really like that. Just some first impressions. So now that the trunk liner that covers the battery and stuff is out, all the rear seats and stuff, you can just hear like all the little mechanical bits of the car so much more. Like even when I press the brakes, and like keep in mind I also have the windows up, when I press the brakes you can literally hear the pads press against the rotors when you're braking. You can hear obviously the transmission and every single little gear shift, like that little blurp that the ZF8 makes. The burbles are enhanced quite a bit. sounds so cool. In terms of power, I'm still letting the car warm up a little bit, so I guess we'll see if it really makes a difference at all, you know, minus 62 pounds or whatever, but so far, like, I like it. It's pretty cool. It just makes the car feel a little more spacious too. If you look back, there's just nothing there. Listen to these downshifts. I don't even have a downpipe and it sounds pretty sick. The burble is so loud on this car. It's amazing. The 235s have like a really aggressive stock burble, and in Sport Plus it's really very apparent. When you throw it in Comfort, it's virtually non-existent. So it's kind of cool how you kind of have that variability. Oh man, honestly, like, I'd say it feels like a tad quicker, but like, then again, it's probably just a placebo, and the fact that right now, like, it's not heat soaked or anything, but like, oh, just the sound. Oh my god, it sounds so raw. I love it. I love it. It literally feels like I'm in a race car, and this car is so far from a race car. It's so stock right now. But even now, just the sounds alone just totally adds the experience. I love it. Go ahead, do another little second gear rip. Got some traffic in front of me though, so. Every upshift has this like bang to it, and it like I can't even speak right now, but the way that the ZF8, when you put it in Sport Plus and you slam it, and every time you upshift around like 6,000 RPM, it like punches you, almost like a DCT transmission. I'll take her back home after. God, I freaking love this car. Oh my god. My hands are getting kind of sweaty. Just so much adrenaline when you're just... Oh man. Alright guys, so I've just made it back home, and honestly, at first I was a little like skeptical to kind of pull all the rear seats out and stuff. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, but man, after driving it, I think I'm probably going to run this setup for a while. I don't really know if I'll even put the rear seats back on eventually. I guess we'll see. Time will tell. But right now, I love it. I just can't wait to get the downpipe on there because I think the sound is just going to be immense. And I'm just so excited to see where this car continues to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it fun, found it informative. If you guys want to save some weight, it's really easy. Like I said, it's not practical, but you can always throw it back on in 10 minutes. Not hard at all. With all that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one. Later.